welcome to week 4 of the Owls Magical Readathon. Woo! So I have some very exciting news because I have officially passed all of my Owls classes. So it is Monday, and after I wrapped up the vlog last night, for last week's vlog, I started working on Hero of Ages, and I was really close to the end, and I decided to stay up late and finish it. If you have never read a Brandon Sanderson book before, there's a thing that he does at the end, and it's called the Sanderson Avalanche, where all of this amazing, exciting stuff happens. There's reveals, there's twists, there's things that happen that you weren't expecting but totally make sense, and it's really hard to put the book down. So when I started reading last night, I was already a little bit into that section, which is kind of why I stopped at that point the previous time I was reading it, because I knew if I kept going, it wouldn't be able to stop. And then I just couldn't stop, so I finished it, and it was super awesome. I got all my little tappy tabs going on in here. So I had a lot of fun rereading this book. This was the first time that I read this book where I was really Cosmere aware. And Cosmere is Brandon Sanderson's interconnected universe where a lot of his books are set, and so it's kind of like the MCU. There's crossovers and Easter eggs and different stories, and the idea is maybe hopefully we will get some stories where there are like all these different people from these different stories and different worlds that come together and have an adventure together. I didn't realize how much stuff he actually drops in this book. There's so much stuff that he starts hinting at here, and I'm like, can't believe I didn't see that coming. So that was really cool, and I really enjoyed that. I love the Cosmere, and I love nerding out about Cosmere stuff, so that made my nerd heart super happy. Speaking of nerd things, I did want to show off my new little nerd bling. Oops, if I can hold it up straight. This is a necklace by Badali Jewelry. They do licensed fandom jewelry, and they do some Brandon Sanderson stuff. So this is a Tear of Edgley, which is the flower from Nalthis, which is the planet that Warbreaker is set on. And so you guys can see, it matches the one on the book. Woohoo! So being that the magic on Nalthis has to do with colors, you can get this in a whole bunch of different colors, including rainbow, if you are so inclined. I went with the two-toned blue because I thought that it looked really striking with the sterling silver, and also I think it would go with a lot of things that I have in my wardrobe. So that was super excited the first time I have ordered anything from them. It comes in a really pretty box, so this would be great for gifting because it kind of comes prepackaged for you. One of the things that's really nice about this company is they do have a lot of chain options. They actually have 3 different chains that you can select to go with your necklace, and so this is the standard one that came with it. I believe it's 24 inches long. It's kind of a little bit long for me, so I went ahead and ordered a different one. So in addition to like the 3 basic ones you can pick, they also have a whole bunch of other chains you can get a la carte, which is nice because you can just customize for whatever you want. So the one that I got is a little daintier and also shorter. This is an 18-inch. I still feel like it's a smidge long. I kind of would prefer to hang up here, so I might have this one shortened. But I think that the dainty chain looks really nice with this charm, and it gives it a little bit more feminine look, whereas the other chain, that one is more masculine, so that, you know, whichever style is your style, you can rock it. So I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description box down there below if you are interested in any Sanderson fandom jewelry. They also do have Red Rising, they have Dresden Files, they have a whole bunch of stuff. So if you're into nerd jewelry, I would definitely go check them out. But speaking of Red Rising, I will be starting Golden Sun this evening, and I'm really excited that I just get to roll right in to the rest of the series. Hello, it is Thursday, and I don't work Fridays, which means Thursday is my virtual Friday. which means the weekend is here, and that is super exciting.
Woo!
Will thinks so too. So let's talk about some of the stuff I've been reading this week. I finished the audiobook of A Memory of Light, which is the last book in the Wheel of Time series. I started this series in January of 2019, which means I've been reading it for 16 months. Yeah, it's been a long journey, and I'm gonna do a whole video where I talk just about that book. But I'm gonna take a little bit to kind of gather my thoughts because it's been a long journey with some ups and downs, so I got a lot to process. So after I finished A Memory of Light, I started on the second Witcher book, A Sword of Destiny, and I got that on audiobook. So far I'm liking the Witcher series okay. It's not blowing me out of the water, but it is interesting and I do enjoy most of it, and I really like kind of the fairy tale aspects, kind of picking out little bits and pieces that are inspired by classic fairy tales. So that's been fun, and I'll probably finish that next week. And then the next book that I am working on is Golden Sun. This is the second book in the Red Rising series. Another one that I am really enjoying. So I thought the first Red Rising was good, a little bit predictable. It kind of had a lot of Hunger Games type vibes going on. But I'm really liking that the second one kind of went in a totally different direction than I was expecting, so I don't really know what is going to happen next, and that makes me really excited. I love it when authors choose to make the not safe choice and they choose to do something different and not just a rehash of what's been done before. So like, for example, in the Hunger Games, the first book we have a Hunger Games, and then in the second book we just do another Hunger Games. That is not the case with this series, so I'm super excited, and I'm just gonna keep on rolling through the series until I get done with it. So I'm going to go read now. It's Friday, woohoo! Yeah, so been a good day so far. Got up, did a workout in my garage, and had some delicious breakfast, and took care of some adulty type activities, and now I get the rest of the day to chill and read and hang out. So I have been devouring Golden Sun. It is really good. I've really been enjoying it. I like that it keeps going in directions that I don't expect and how it's not predictable, and I really like that. I'm not entirely sure like where the story is going, and I kind of feel like that's where Darrow is too. He has an end goal, but he's not entirely sure how to get there, but he's just gonna keep trucking in whatever direction looks best at the moment. So I made some good progress, and I will probably be finishing this book today, and then I can move on to the next one, Morning Star. Hello, so today I am filming my May TBR video, and I got all dolled up for it because it's the Medievalathon and a medieval themed readathon, and I am super excited to have another readathon to look forward to in May. And you know, why not dress up when I have nowhere to go? My TBR carnage going on over here. Gonna go super ambitious for May because I read a lot in April, and I think I'm probably gonna have a lot of free time for reading in May too. So yeah, that'll be up on the channel if you guys are interested in seeing my Medievalathon TBR. So I just finished Golden Sun, and wow, like that was seriously epic. And the ending, I am so happy that I have the next book and I can go immediately start it because I need to know what happens, because I'm just like brain exploding going on over here. So yeah, I'm gonna go start Morning Star right now because I need to know, really need to know what's going on here, people. Hello, it is Saturday, which means it is a long run day, and I am all decked out in my polka dots because one of the companies that I purchase a lot of my running costume pieces from, Sparkle Athletic, is hosting a virtual polka dot race this weekend. So I'm all polka dotted. So the visor and the skirt are from them, and I have this cute top from Crown Athletics that does Disney princess inspired running tops. This is a variation on their bell top, and the black and red are totally my colors, so I got it, and it just happens to go with my nice red and white polka dots. So I got an easy 4 miles today, and I woke up and came outside and I was like, it doesn't feel as hot as it's supposed to. And I checked my phone and it's actually a little bit cooler than it was supposed to be, which is always a great thing if you're a runner. So I'm gonna go ahead and run, and I will catch you guys later. Hello, Saturday evening check-in. I have done absolutely no reading today, and it's been glorious, so it's been really nice. I decided last night that I wanted to sew this weekend, so I spent the rest of the evening on Friday getting all of my stuff ready so I could sew, and then today I made a dress. This is a dress I made from a vintage 1950s pattern, and it is super like swooshy. Oh yeah, swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. So yeah, I'm super excited about this, and now I have a new dress. So I think tonight we're gonna watch a movie, or attempt to watch a movie. Will picked out a movie. It looks a little bit intense for me because I'm a pansy when it comes to scary and suspenseful things, especially when there are like monsters roaming around the dark, potentially eating people. So we'll see how that goes, but that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Happy Sunday, guys. So today I decided to kind of get dolled up and put on something cute because, you know, been hanging out in like loungewear the entire month of April, and you know what, any day is a good day to be fancy if you feel like it. So today I have also been doing a lot of bullet journaling because I need to do my May setup, and I thought I would show you guys. I have a lot of spreads in here for reading and tracking my reading, as well as the Medievalathon, which is the readathon I will be doing in May. So I'll show you the spreads I'm doing for May, and then probably next week I'll do a flip through of my completed spreads for April, including all my owl spreads. So let's look at some bullets. All right, so this is how my desk usually is. It's kind of an explosion of pens, but that's okay. So I have been doing Brandon Sanderson inspired spreads every month, and so for May, the book I chose is Warbreaker, and Warbreaker, the magic system has to do with colors, so I totally went with rainbow theme. And on my cover page, I have the Tear of Edgley, which is the flower, and that's used as the symbol for the planet Nalthis that Warbreaker takes place on. And, you know, rainbow colors because it looks cool. And then I have my May monthly spread. I haven't filled anything in yet because there's not a whole lot going on in May because, you know, everything's been canceled. But at least I'll have Memorial Day. That'll be a day off of work. I mean, exciting non-barbecue holiday this year, but, you know, that'll get filled in. And this is another spread that I do every month. I do a reading tracker, and I just track what days I read physical and what days I read audio. Usually I just have one color for each, but I thought that for each of the weeks I would do a different pair of colors, again, so we get kind of the rainbow theme going on. And then I have a little quote from Warbreaker: "Every man is the hero of his own story." So then here on the other page, I have my very ambitious Medievalathon TBR. As I found out with Owls last month, or this month, that I didn't plan enough books, so I planned a lot of books. And you can't maybe not tell from this page, but some of these books are chunker, like Prayer of the Orange Tree, that's over 1,000 pages. Iron Gold and Dark Age, those are both pretty chunky books. Dune, that's a big one, so we'll see. And then I have my little markings. This is a little flying saucer for my science fiction book, since I'm tracking how many science fiction books I read this year. And then I also have a little pair of headphones for the books that I plan on reading on audio, and then I will check those off. So yeah, those are all the books that I am going to be reading. And then this is my books read page, so I always just put a quote from the book on the top and the bottom, and then I will fill this out as I go along with all the different books that I read. And then here's my Medievalathon tracker. So I thought what I would do this month, since I did a rainbow colors for my TBR, is I would just have all of the different prompts with a little box, and then I would color in the box with the color of the book from the list that goes with that prompt, so that when it's done, it'll be super colorful, and then I can just go back and see what book that I read. I also have a page tracker. I had a lot of fun doing this in April. I probably won't do this like forever, but right now while I have a lot of free time, it's cool to kind of see what I'm reading. Again, instead of building a color code on this page, I'm just going to use the one from the TBR, and I have all my pens in order, so it's super easy for me to figure out what is going on. And then the last spread, this is the Vintage Fashion Challenge. This is an Instagram challenge that I want to participate in the month of May. So I decided just to write down all the prompts in one place, so it'll be really easy for me to access it. I do usually save the post on Instagram and also take a screenshot, but with all of the other Instagram challenges that I do and taking pictures and all of my workouts and stuff, it's really easy for that post to get lost and that screenshot to get lost. So I thought this would be great to have in here. And again, rainbow colors, because that's the theme. So yeah, that's my May spread and what I have been doing in my bullet journal. Hello, it is Monday, the 27th of April, so we're almost at the end of the month. I didn't end up vlogging a whole lot last week, so I'm going to combine that vlog with this one giant vlog, which if you're watching this, you already know, because you'll already have seen the bits from last week. But today oh, there's Will in the background, he says hi. Today I finished the Sword of Destiny, which is the second Witcher book. It's the second collection of short stories. I still haven't been super impressed with Witcher, which makes me kind of sad because I know a lot of people really like it and I very much enjoyed the TV show, but we'll see. I am going to read the next one for sure because I want to see if I enjoy the prose version better, the novel length one. I don't know, I'm not a big short story person, and some of the short stories were like confusing and the timeline is weird, and the author just did some weird things where, like, in The Sword of Destiny, the last short story starts off and like describing this mysterious character who some peasant comes upon on the road, but it's Geralt. And we know who Geralt is, and we know his story, so I don't know why for the last story in the book you're gonna introduce him so mysteriously. Like, it would make sense if it was a short story that you're gonna read on its own, or maybe in an anthology of totally unrelated stories, but for the last short story in a book, which is the second book that you probably read about this character, it was just weird. So I am hoping that I enjoy the full-length novel better. Hopefully that'll resolve some of the weird timeline things going on. I don't know. I may have to look up a Witcher book timeline to kind of figure out where all these different stories happen, because I'm sure somebody's put one of these together. I have also been working on Morningstar. I have made it about, I think, 200 pages in that I read yesterday, and it's been going really well. Some of the plot in this book is getting like extra unbelievable. I mean, it's science fiction, dystopian, so, you know, with like genetically modified humans, so some of this stuff is gonna be a little bit unbelievable, but, you know, I'm just, you know, putting the science part of my brain to the side and enjoying it, because there's still a lot of action and it's been very fast-paced, and I really am super curious to know how the heck this is going to end, because yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, and I really want to know that. After The Witcher, I started listening to the audiobook of Marie Kondo's new book, which is all about tidying in the workplace. I didn't know when I requested it, but it's actually co-authored by her and somebody else. And there was this weird section at the beginning where they made a specific point to point out who wrote what sections of the book, and I thought that was just really bizarre. Like, I don't want to be associated with, that opinion. That's not official KonMari, whatever. I only got about 15 minutes into it, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to tidy my desk and return this to the library and not worry about it, because I don't really have a huge problem with being messy at work, and I just kind of feel like if I did, I would just use what Marie had in her first book. Get rid of all the papers and organize your crap. So DNF'd that, and then I started A Torch Against the Night, but I only listened to about an hour of that. I was just feeling kind of burnt out from reading and a little disappointed from Witcher, so I didn't feel like reading this evening, so I decided to sew. I had originally planned on making some face masks this weekend, and I got distracted making a dress. So tonight I made some face masks. Right here. So this is a Star Warsy ones. You got an X-Wing and a TIE Fighter, and there's a Death Star on there somewhere. Another Star Warsy one. This one has Death Troopers. I actually have a dress made out of this fabric. So matchy-matchy. Got one with Hedwig, and I have a circle skirt with this little Hedwig print. And then Mickey Mouse. So yeah, I have face masks. Not really planning on wearing them unless there is some institution in my life that says you absolutely have to wear one, because they're just not comfortable, and I'm already not going out and being around other people, but they're here. I'm mostly concerned about work, because they have rolled out mandatory face masks at some locations, but not mine. And also for the Disney parks and the Universal parks, if they open, that is one thing a lot of people are speculating about, is whether or not they will require you to wear face masks whenever they do open. Of course, that depends on what the situation looks like when they open, but you know what? If Disney opens, I want to be prepared to go, because I am seriously missing some Disney. So that's it. So this week I'll be working on Torch Against the Night and Morning Star. I would really like to finish both of those books before the end of the month, so they count for the owls. Usually I don't worry so much about having everything finished at the end of the month and starting fresh for the new month. But because I'm ending a readathon and then turning right around and starting another readathon, if we have that clean dividing line, that just, makes life easier. So that's what I'll be working on, and I will check in with you later this week. Today is Tuesday, April the 28th. And in case you're wondering, the only reason I know what day it is because I have to date things at work all day. So, yeah. I know a lot of people right now don't even know what day of the week is, but it is Tuesday, and it is the 28th. So today at work, I listened to a little bit of A Torch Against the Night. That's the second book in the Ember and the Ashes series. Didn't get to make a lot of progress today. We have a deadline at the end of the week, so I had to be kind of in super focus mode for most of the day, and then I had a meeting, and I had to do some training. So yeah, just a little bit of that. It is good, and I shall hopefully be able to listen to more of it tomorrow. And tonight, I'm gonna read Morning Star, which is super excited, and make some progress on that tonight. And I also found out today at work that starting Monday, we are all going to be required to wear masks at work. That's fun times. So good thing that I decided to make some last weekend. Will wants me to remind you that I made 4.
No, it's on May 4th. Is what it's mandatory.
Oh, on May 4th.
Tomorrow.
On Monday.
Yeah.
Yes, Monday, May 4th, we get to start wearing masks. To be like super, super classy.
But the English free ones.
Yay! Anyway, so we'll see how that goes. I do tend to drink a lot of fluids at work between tea and water. So you can't do that when you're wearing a mask. But they at least want us wearing masks all the time in all the common areas, the hallways, the break room, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that'll be fun. Fun times. Today is Thursday, April 30th, and it is a virtual Friday because I do not work tomorrow, which is an awesome, awesome thing. It is also the last day of the month, and therefore the last day for owls, and the last day for this vlog. Yay! We made it through another month. I made it through a whole month of being stuck in my house. Yeah, exciting times here. So let's talk about what I've been reading this week. I finished the audiobook of Torch Against the Night today. This is really good. This is a reread for me. I've been rereading the whole series because the 4th one is coming out. So super excited about that. I love this. I love that in this book we get point of view from Helene. I think she is a super cool character and a great addition to our point of view characters. And yeah, I really enjoyed this series. It's fun, there's a lot of action, there's some cool mythology and world building, but it's still a nice, fast, quick read when I need a little bit of a break from some of the heavier adult stuff. So this is gonna be the last audiobook I finished this month, even though technically I put this on my May TBR, but you know, I ran out of audiobooks, so I just moved on to this one, and I'll just have to replace that in my May readathon. So yeah, sorry May TBR, we ahead of the game. And I'm going to try to finish Morningstar tonight so that I will have made it through all the books so I can have a nice clean break between, you know, one readathon and the next. I got about 150 pages left, but I think it's gonna go pretty quickly. We have already gotten to what I think is gonna be the last big chunk of like super exciting actiony stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited. Will has also started this series, so that's super exciting, and I am glad to have another series that we both will have read and can talk about. But I have had to stop talking about this series because spoilers, and yeah, we have that problem a lot. I'm always ahead when we read the same series.
Don't read so fast.
There are still Cosmere things that I cannot talk to him about because he's not caught up on the Cosmere. Somebody needs to read Elantris and a couple other things. I love you. Yeah. I love my husband. He reads books and I like books. So yeah, that'll be exciting. He's been ripping through them on audiobook, so it's good stuff. I have been very much enjoying this. So I'm gonna hang out here with some dairy-free ice cream. This is my favorite flavor ice cream. This is the So Delicious Salted Caramel Cluster, which is a cashew-based ice cream, and it's delicious because it's got caramel, it's got chunks of cashew, it's got chocolate little swirly bits in there, and it is delicious. I think cashew is my favorite type of non-dairy milk to make non-dairy ice cream out of, so super, super good. And we went to Walmart yesterday and they actually had it because they're always out of stock, because apparently this is everybody's favorite flavor. I'm gonna eat my ice cream and read my book and just chillax on into the weekend. So it's Friday, May 1st, and I thought I would go ahead and end out the vlog here since owls are officially over, but I did want to let you guys know whether or not I finished Morningstar, and I did. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very solid end to the series. It had a lot of action and twists and turns, and there were even some new cool characters that got introduced, which I really appreciated. And I feel like the plot lines were all wrapped up satisfactorily. Fortunately, I did not like the epilogue. I tend not to like epilogues, especially when they don't match the tone of the rest of the series. This series is very dark, it's very brutal, a lot of people die, a lot of characters are just really terrible and do terrible things to each other. So it's kind of like Game of Thrones-esque in there, but he decided to tack on a very like happy epilogue, which I didn't really like. It didn't hit with me. I had the same problem with Harry Potter, where we get to the end of the Deathly Hallows and the series has moved to a very dark, grim place, and then, of course, Rowling decides to tack on the, oh yeah, I forgot I was writing a children's book epilogue, so everything has to be happy. So this one was not as bad and as jarring as that one, but it was just something that I noticed and I was like, yeah, I wish you would have just left this out. I was happy with where the main body of the book ended and I didn't feel like it needed an epilogue. But, you know, some of y'all might enjoy that little tiny tidbit of the story more than me, and I still really enjoy the rest of the series, and it wasn't something that would discourage me from recommending this book or rereading it. So yeah, that is it. That is it for my Owls. I made it through 18 books, which was all 12 of the Owls prompts, plus the Dragon Tamer prompts, and then, you know, a couple of extra books because the month wasn't done yet and I had more time to read. So thank you guys so much for vlogging with me. Let me know down in the comment section below if you guys enjoyed the vlogs. I'm assuming if you made it this far, you have been enjoying the vlogs. But just let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. If you would like to see more of this type of video on my channel, I'm going to take a break from vlogging in May because I want to put out some other content. Particularly, I got a couple of Wheel of Time videos that I need to get done so I can wrap up that chapter of my life for a bit. But till then, thanks for watching.